Good evening, YouTube. It's me, Sebastian Imperious. Today I'm going to be reading you a short story from my book. I don't know any of my book names. I think they're scary books or something. Good evening, sci-fi fans. It is I, William Imperious. Oh no! That's... Good evening, sci-fi fans. It's me, Willie Todgerson Jr. I am not actually the Sebastian Imperious man. He was me dressed as he for the Halloween season. I hope you have enjoyed this funny skit at the beginning of the video, like a Pulp Mortem style video skit at the beginning. Now commence with the video which I am presenting to you today. Good evening, sci-fi fans. It is I, Sir William Willie Todgerson Jr., here to present a book haul video for you to enjoy on the channel of YouTube. My friend Sephiros will be hosting this video, for I am too simple in the mind to set up my own channel. I hope that is okay. Please let us commence with the little video wherein I show the books from which I did purchase today. I went on a lovely boat trip down the M74 to the town of England, where I did buy a book and a book and a book and possibly 20 other books, round about that amount. Now, to begin the book haul video, I will be showing you a book, and in showing you the book, you will see what the book is. Firstly, I am holding this book, which was the first book I purchased today from the shop. It is World's Fair 1992 by Robert Silverberg, I believe it is pronounced. It is about a man called Bill Hastings. Willie Hastings, who has won a planet-wide contest to go into space. And where he is in space, it is the World's Fair, which is in a satellite for some reason in 1992. We hope that book will be good, and one day we may look at the book to read it. Secondly, I have found the Brian Lumley book, The Mythos Omnibus, which is a collection of his novels about the Cthulhu mythos, and it is incredibly rare. Possibly. Next, we have a Philip Jose Farmier book called Dark is the Sun, which makes no sense. Now this book sounds incredibly delightful. Dave of the Turtle Tribe must recover his stolen soul egg. With his beautiful companion Vana and the plant man Sloosh, he trails the Yotl who stole it across a nightmare swamp jungle landscape. Their fate is to encounter the ageless extraterrestrial Shebby Bob, who knows that the end is nigh. Shemmy Bob is an incredibly smart title for an ailing creature, and I wish I had came up with such a thing, but I did not. So I will be suing Philip Jose Farnier as soon as I am able. Here we have a Vonda N. McIntyre book called The Exile Waiting, and it is in this lovely pan lozenge format, which the outlaw bookseller has taught me is a word. Lozenge. It sounds French. Unfortunately, I came up with the term years ago when I was but a young man in 1906. I do not call it the pan lozenge. It is called the pan little rectangular book shape. Make sure you all get it right from now on, or I will sue you also. Here we have another Brian Lumley book, which is called The Complete Crow, which has been misspelled here. It is supposed to be the word complete, but some idiotic editor has made a terrible, terrible error. And this book, I believe, is also set in the Cthulhu mythos. But it is all little short stories about a man called Titus Crow and his adventures doing things of a questionable nature. Next we have a lovely video game tie-in novel called Resident Evil: The Umbrella Conspiracy. Now, when I was a young man of 17 years old in 1912, I think, I wrote an English paper based on the Resident Evil book series, and it won 14,000 awards, and they were all fake. A man phoned me up and he said, "Good evening, Willie Todgerson Jr." He said it like that, like he was reading it from a script of some description. "You have won 14,000 awards," he said, and I think he was lying. He didn't even tell me the names of the awards. He was just playing a sick joke. Here is another book called Tiger by the Tail by Alan Enars. Alan Enars. He saw his hand melt away. The young space explorer, something mirror. He saw his image twist into a slimy mess of writhing worms. He tore his eyes from the image and glanced down at his hand. A scream ripped from his throat. "Ah!" His cry echoed as if every pane of glass in the mirror room was mocking him. "Ah! Ah! Ah!" Now the arm was changing too, twisting like something independently alive, like a hand. Here is a book known as Fire Dance, which looks to me like it could be a scary Halloween-styled novel. It is also thickish. It is written by Scott Baker, and it is about a fire dancer who dies in a fire pit, and she is brought back with the murdered girl's ghost soul sharing her body. That sounds like it could be a filthy book for heathens to partake in reading of. Here we have a very odd little book called Sign of the Labrys by Margaret St. Clair. Now I will read the back of this book, and it is a bit odd of a thing to write on the back of a book. When did this book release? 1963, when I was 15,000 years old. Here we go. Women are writing science fiction. Women are closer to the primitive than men. They are conscious of the moon pools, the earth tides. They possess a buried memory of humankind's obscure and ancient past, which can emerge to uniquely colour and flavour a novel. That may sound sexist to you and me, because it is. Such a woman is Margaret St. Clair, author of this novel. Such a novel is this. Sign of the Labrys, the story of a doomed world of the future, saved by recourse to ageless, immemorial rites. Now that is very intriguing and sounds like it should not be read in the year of 2025. Although the book may be lovely, the writing on the back holds much to be desired. I think it may have been written by a man, but not me. Here, it is a door book with a yellow spine. It is number 118 and cost 95 centiliters when it was released in the past, the year of 1974, when I was a 40-year-old virgin. Here is a lovely image of a thing in the book. It is Triple Detente by Piers Anthony, and it is about human beings destroying evil alien scum. I think I've not read it. You should know that by now. I do not read books because I am too busy either reading the books I have written, reading the books I am going to write, or writing the books that I will be writing at the moment that I am writing them. But I would like to read them. Here is a Ron Golarty book known as Broke Down Engine, which is a short story collection of short stories. There's one called Princess Number 22, which also sounds sexist. Here is a book. It is a Christopher B. Priest book. Christopher Priest, the sci-fi author? I hear you cry. Yes, it is Christopher Priest, the science fiction man, who wrote many a book. This is a book of short stories, and one of the short stories is called Whores. I sense there may have been issues with women in the past, with these men and women. I don't think they were very nice men at all, but maybe it was a sign of the times. A soldier embarks on an hallucinatory quest for sexual satisfaction and is plunged into a nightmare. Intriguing. Larry Niven, A Gift from Earth. A brilliant sci-fi novel by Larry Niven, the Hugo and Nebula award-winning author of Ringworld, which I have not read either. I'm sure this book will be good. And we have another Ron Goulart book. It is called Hawk Show, and it is about werewolves in Connecticut, which is a town in the town of New America. Chapter 1. His boss's face said, "I want you to get up to Westport and cover the werewolf story." Very intriguing first sentence. What the? This looks like the door logo. That is criminal behavior. Brian Aldiss book. The 80-minute hour, with some lovely art which appears to be concocted by the great Chris Foss. Yes, it says it on the back of the book. I know this, for I am a science fiction author myself. Another book I have picked up today on my travels is The Universe Against Her by James H. Schmitz. Meet Telzy Amberdon. She's 1 in a billion. She's brilliant, charming, beautiful, and a high-level genius. Much like myself, although I am a man. Syzygy by Michael G. Coney. Once every 52 years, Arcadia's 6 erotic moons come together in a constellation that plays havoc with the ecological balance of the planet. It says erratic moons, not erotic moons. Here is another book by Walter M. Miller, who wrote Canticle for Leibowitz, which was a book I have not read. This is another short story collection which I have not read, and I actually own 2 copies of this very book itself, because I am so busy not reading books that I don't even know if a book already exists within my library of dreams. Another book bought today is Ursula K. Le Guin's Orsinian Tales. They've forgotten the K in the name, but her name is Ursula K. Le Guin. This is another short story collection by Ursula K. Le Guin. And someone who owned this book before I has written in the back a date. What, pray tell, could this date be? Could it be the date the previous author finished reading the book, which seems like a good guess? Or could it be a prediction of Armageddon? Saturday, 10th May, Sunday. That makes no sense. Saturday is Sunday. No, that can't be true. Molengro. Moorcock. This book sounds like I shouldn't read the title. The gypsies live in the shadows of the city, blending in with Canadian society, but never adapting to it, clinging to the traditional Romany ways. Now a series of bizarre murders has baffled the police, each death somehow connected with the city's elusive gypsy community. The Romany know better. What? Oh, I read it wrong. That seemed like a damning sentence. The police are looking for a human murderer. The Romany know better. They have a name for the darkness that hunts them down one by one. He who walks with ghosts. Moorcock. There's a cat on the front of the book. I quite like that. Here we have a book which may appear to be a scary novel, known as the Theta Syndrome. I'm trying to figure out if I own this book already. But who would know? Not I, for one. For I do not know how to read. I mean, I know how to read. I choose not to read because I am writing all the time, or filming videos such as this book haul video on YouTube. Here is a Kurt Vonnegut book known as Hocus Hocus, and it features a step-back cover, which they no longer make anymore. It also has a charity shop sticker on the front of the book, even though I did not purchase it from such a shop. I purchased it from a real bookshop with real books from the past, and not these modern books you usually find in charity shops, like the Harry Potters and the James Pattersons and the Stephen of King books. Although I never find Stephen King books here in the United Kingdom of Scotland, or England, or Wales, because he is American, as you know, and they just don't sell them here. That appears to be the book haul complete, spelt correctly, and not EAT at the end, which is mind-numbingly offensive to me as an author. How could you spell a word wrong on the front of the book? Indeed. I think that editor should be imprisoned in a spaceship prison so that he may never see his family again. Or something. They could just have released a correctly spelled book. Wait, complete? Could it be I am mistaken? I don't believe so. Good day to you. I hope you have enjoyed the book haul video that I have made for you. Maybe-haps someday I will read a book, and we can film a little review of the book. In fact, I recently did read a book. It was a Michael Moorcockian book known as The Vanishing Tower, which I am reading as part of a booktubian thingy, where we all read a Michael Moorcock Elric book a month, and they are quite good, and that, my friends, is my first and only YouTube review of book. It's alright. The book was quite good, and I liked the bits in it where Elric got a big sword and went fucking